Hi all, I have another interesting historical game to show you from the Steinitz Bird match of 1866. Here's Steinitz white against Bird in round 1 of their match. E4, E5, and we have actually the Vienna game, knight C3 being played, knight C6, F4, knight F6, which might not be the greatest move. It allows white to basically take on E5 and now kick both knights, and this one being kicked goes back to G8. Knight F3, D5. I've seen in bullet chess occasionally opponents play D6 here, and it's interesting to just analyse this position objectively. It seems bishop C4 is good, and then just castling this position, so just gambiting a pawn, is interesting. For example, knight F6, knight takes, just having the exchange of queens is advantageous because it's crashing through to F7 there. There's even another way of playing this though. On D takes E5, we can also play Queen E2 with an advantage, like this, if the preference is to keep the queens on. And here, actually, interestingly, Rook D3. This is just a computer view of the position where white can get a clear route to an advantage. It's very, very nice for white. B6 there'll be a check on A6, for example, checkmate. So there are definitely ways of getting a concrete advantage here after D6, but D5 was played. Is it the end of the world for black? Well, bishop D3, it's a very comfortable position. Bishop B4, white castles. Bishop E6, you can see this F file is pretty dangerous. It's like a more conservative form of a king's gambit where that F file pressure is pretty intense. Knight 8 to E7, white takes on E6, and now Queen G4 just hitting that sensitive pawn. Queen E7, Bishop G5. This is powerful, simple moves here. Black castles, queen side. Now we have Rook F7, nasty pin on E7. That's defended. Knight E2 now. So there are various ideas, like C3 is a big one, to kick the bishop back and then take here and then take potentially on E7 sometimes. There's some ideas, yeah, revolving around E7 or putting pressure on E7. Queen C6, C3, bishop drops back. A4 threatening to trap the bishop with B4 and A5 now. Queen B6, which does actually lose a piece now to B4. That's taken. Knight takes E5, okay, getting a centre pawn there, but white just responds with A5 here, kicking the queen in response, not moving his own queen. Queen takes B4, queen takes E6 check, and it's all collapsing for black now after knight D7. Rook B1 supported by that bishop on D3, Queen A3, and now another nasty looking move, nasty pin, bishop F5, so putting more pressure on that pinned D7 knight, and in fact the game ended here. So Steinitz was like a cat to Henry Bird here in this game, catching the bird. If King B8, we have, for example, bishop takes E7. This is pretty crushing. If knight takes F5, we just crash through mating. So I'll take you back to the final position. Yeah, these are really fun games, which they remind me of my bullet chess actually, and being able to analyse the positions scientifically is, I think I get a little bit of a kick out of it. I hope you got a bit of a kick out of this game. Have a look at this big fat cat behind me. Another bit of amusement. Anyway, comments, questions, likes, shares appreciated. Thanks very much.